families. My name is Jimmy Boehner. I'm a teacher at CTK. This is my 12th year here at CTK, and this year I'll be teaching both AP Psychology and Pre-Calculus. One of my goals for this year is to cover as much of the material as we can so that the seniors can have a typical experience in spite of the COVID reality. I look forward to working with you.
Gladiator greetings to all families. My name is Mrs. Bridges, and I teach world religions here at Christ the King. I am a licensed minister and also a youth pastor, and I'm really excited about partnering with you this school year. My goal is to help students navigate the wonderful world of religious studies. Thank you so much for sharing your scholars with us.
Greetings, senior families. My name is Maggie Dede, and I teach African American history at CTK. My hope this year is to have open and honest discussions as a class, help prepare students for college and everything that comes beyond CTK. I look forward to helping with the success of our students, and please feel free to reach out to me at any time.
Greetings, families. My name is Wardell Dobbins. I am a senior faculty member at Christ the King. I teach music. One of the goals that we're working towards this year is the development of musicianship, and I look forward to working with you to support our students in the success of their musicianship.
Welcome, parents. My name is Dr. Ed Forst, and I'm a senior teacher at CTK. I teach mathematical physics and algebra 2 for seniors. My goal is to try to make sure that your children are ready for college, and I hope that I can help provide support for them in doing that. Thank you.
Greetings, CTK families. My name is Vicki Foltz. I am a senior faculty member here at Christ the King. I teach mathematical physics to the seniors. A goal that I have this year for the seniors is to work collaboratively in small groups to solve problems, and I look forward to working with you and your students to further their success. Thank you.
Hello, CTK families. My name is Dr. Olga Golub, and I'm a senior faculty member at CTK. This year I'm teaching pre-calculus courses, and my goal for this school year is to prepare our students to be strong, independent learners in mathematics, as well as to help them successfully pass the course and prepare to take challenging courses in college. Thank you.
Hi, senior parents. My name is Patrick Hyland, and I teach college prep. A goal for this year is to keep students engaged and provide timely feedback. Of course, another goal is to have that college application process go as smoothly as possible. So I look forward to partnering with you to reach these goals.
Hey families, my name is Ashley Joyner. I'm a senior faculty member here at Christ the King. I teach African American literature and African American history for the seniors. A goal that I have for this school year is to consistently expose students to the material that embrace and celebrate their identities. I look forward to working with you to support our students' success.
Greetings, families. My name is Jalen Joyner, and I'm a senior faculty member here at Christ the King. I teach sports medicine and strength and conditioning, and one of my goals and hopes for this school year is to help my athletes and students to take their health and their physical fitness seriously, and I'm looking forward to working with you to support your students in any capacity that I can this school year.
Hello, my name is Michael Laughlin, and I am a senior faculty member here at Christ the King. I teach Algebra 1, Algebra 2, and Senior Colloquium. This school year, I hope to support your students as they continue to learn and grow into their best selves. I look forward to working with you and watching your student cross the graduation stage this coming July. Thank you.
Hello, dear families. My name is Cheryl Loy, and I'm honored to join the CTK faculty this year. I teach freshman English, AP Literature, and sophomore and senior visual and performing arts. I'm looking forward to getting to know you and working with the students. And if you need anything, please just reach out through email or visit my website that is linked on the faculty directory online.
Greetings, CTK families. My name is Elbert Muhammad. I teach mathematical physics. My hope for this year is that our children find joy in learning. I look forward to working with you all. If there are any questions that you have, please don't hesitate to reach out. Take care.
Hi, senior parents and families. My name is Maura Rax. I'm one of the senior teachers this year. I teach the Social Justice Capstone course. One of my goals for each and every one of my students this year is for them to become even better critical thinkers who are committed to social change in our world. I look forward to working with you and supporting your student on their path to graduation.
Hi, my name is Rebecca Strugala, but you might know me by my maiden name, Rebecca Yankee. I'm a senior faculty member here at Christ the King. I teach first semester college prep and second semester consumer economics. A goal I have for this year is for first semester that college application process is less stressful, and second semester that your student becomes an educated consumer. I look forward to working with you and supporting your student meeting their goal.
Hey there, senior parents. This is in case you missed the parent meeting this week. Here's an overview of what we went over. Hopefully you completed the link to registration, which is found in my weekly preview, as well as completing the remind.com. Both are really essential for communication together. So here is the college counseling portion, and then it'll follow the student activities portion. And the senior requirements and graduation activities and all that jazz. So again, in the weekly preview, make sure that you've registered for Remind and that you've completed the registration form so we could stay up to date with updates and weekly emails and all of that important information. I'll talk about the SAT, why college, the college process philosophy, and then specifically the college process here at CTK. So the SAT exam is happening this coming Wednesday, September 23rd from 7:30 to 1:15. This will be the SAT with essay. And then on Wednesday, October 14th is the SAT without the essay from 7:30 to 12:15. These are both graduation requirements for senior year. Both exams will follow COVID-19 protocols with small testing pods, social distancing guidelines, and mask wearing required. On both days, all synchronous classes will be canceled. So doors will open at 7 a.m. and exam begins at 7:30 a.m. So there's a lot of things that need to be accomplished beginning at 7:30, registering, filling in bubbles, and all of that. So that is why the exam begins earlier than normal. Just like orientation, students enter CTK through the back door off of Quincy. After passing temperature checks, students will check in and receive their room assignment, and a light breakfast will be available in their classroom. Seniors do not have to wear their uniform for their exam, and a dress code will follow for like normal dress down day. So no exposed backs or other things that no one wants to see. And then headwear, hoods, no hoods, or hats, or do-rags, or bandanas, or bonnets, or head wraps, or scarves, or rollers, or sunglasses, etc. And then always suggested is to dress in layers, as we know a CTK classroom is usually freezing or hot. Students need to make sure they bring plenty of number 2 pencils and their calculator. Mechanical pencils and pens cannot be used. It's important to note that they don't have their lockers. There's no other students here, so they can't go borrow anything, especially because of COVID. They need to make sure they come prepared with all of their materials. Masks will be required to be worn at all times, and electronic devices of any kind will be collected before the exams. So it's best to leave them at home. And this is very strict expectation from the College Board. So we want to make sure students are following these directives. Otherwise, their devices will be confiscated and they will have to be sent home. If student arrives after 7:30, they will risk not being able to take the exam on this day, and will have to take the exam at their own expense and on their own. So we want to make sure that every student is on time. Exams can cost anywhere between $50 and $80. So we want to make sure that students get a good night's sleep, that they eat a good breakfast, that they are on time, and that they start their day with a positive inspirational quote or a song that they love or some prayer that puts them in the right frame of mind. So some very important opportunities for them to claim that college future around the SAT. And that brings us then to why college. And I always like to start off with this graphic. We ask students over the course of the last many years, why do you want to go to college? We put that into a generator and it spits out the most popular words. And so you get a sense here from the student's perspective about why college is important to them. But if we look from an economic perspective, if we look at the job growth over the last 12 years, we'll see that 99% of jobs since 2008 in the Great Recession have gone to workers with at least some college education. And the majority of those have gone to people with bachelor's degrees or higher. So the jobs of the future have bachelor's degrees attached to them, and so we want to make sure students are able to access those opportunities. With greater job access equals greater job earnings over the course of their lifetime, and then also the fringe benefits that come with that increased wage earning. And so again, we want to make sure students are accessing opportunities that are out there and available to them. And so our college process philosophy is that we desire to support students in applying to, enrolling in, and completing a degree in a university that is realistic, affordable, and ambitious. Students should cast a wide net of college applications, and if they receive denials, that's part of the process. I always say if you're not getting a denial, then you're not doing the process right. We want to make sure that students are casting a wide net and making sure they're not putting all of their eggs in one basket, and so that means that they're reaching and they're trying. We want to make sure that colleges are a good fit that students are applying to, so whether that's a good academic fit, a good fit because of location, a good fit because it has the resources or the support system that a student desires on a campus, and so we want to make sure that all of those pieces are part of the process. The success of our students in their college completion is the ultimate milestone for the success of our entire CTK program, right? It's what we are building them toward. So I wish I could spend a lot of time on data, but if we look at some national data, so ours, Christ the King is part of a national network of schools called the Cristo Rey Network, and that's the 38 schools across the country in different demographics and different places. But we take all of the data and we get a sense of where are our students successful. And you see up here the characteristics of schools that tend to be places where our students are successful at and graduate from. And so the most important characteristic up there is match and overmatch schools. So our students enrolling at universities that are academic matches and overmatches for them. In other words, are they target schools or reach schools? When they enroll in those schools, they are more likely to be successful. And so we want to make sure that they have those schools on their list, that their list is not comprised of just a bunch of safety schools. So here is a little bit of more specifics around our process. From October to December, so this first semester, we'll spend a lot of time with college applications, scholarship applications, FAFSA and financial aid applications, and IRS transfer requests, and all the most important things that will set us up for success in the second semester. Then as those acceptances and denials and waitlists come in, we'll review those, we'll review financial aid packages, we'll complete any necessary financial aid verification, and eventually get to the final decision. And then we'll move into the enrollment period. So exit interviews, college transition, orientation, and then we're off to college. So a lot more of the details there we'll talk about in our parent meeting in the spring around our alumni program and all the supports that we offer once a student graduates and enrolls in school. But I want to spend the bulk of our time here on the college counseling website. So I'm going to click on this. It's going to bring us to the college counseling website. So there's a place where you can go where all the information for the college process is in one place. So you'll see our college support team here, and then you can click down here on which audience you're most interested in. So I want to look at our senior page, and on the senior page is a list of all the requirements for senior year. So one, you can schedule an appointment with me or our alumni counselor, Miss McGee here. You'll see upcoming deadlines in the college process. And then you will see the requirements. So all seniors are required to meet with me at least twice in the first semester and then again in the second semester. So once by October 16th for quarter one, once by October 15th for quarter two. Okay, so those are really essential to making sure communication here is a two-way street, that I can make sure students are on the right track and students can ask questions and get important advice through this process. So we want to make sure students are scheduling those meetings, and again, they could do that through this website. Students are required to apply to at least 8 different schools, 2 safety schools, 2 target schools, so 2 target schools being those match schools, 2 in-state schools, which tend to be from their match list, and 1 reach school and 1 need-based or Cristo Rey Network partner school. So you'll see a good mix of different types of schools on that list, making sure students are being effective in how they apply. We'll have virtual college visits here every day, Wednesday through Friday, and students are required to attend 5 internal college visits. So 2 of those must be completed by October 9th, and the other 3 no later than December the 4th. And so we want to make sure that students are engaging with reps and learning information, because that's really, really important part of this process. So those will count for a grade in college prep. By the way, I failed to mention, but the college applications are a graduation requirement. So students must complete this in order to graduate from CTK. How many scholarships can you apply to, or should you apply to? All students are required to apply for at least 2 outside scholarships no later than December the 11th. And at least one of those scholarships must require an essay. And so again, making sure they're accessing the money and opportunities that are out there. And then financial aid. So all students at CTK are required to complete the free application for federal student aid, the FAFSA, and that is available beginning October 1st, so in a couple weeks here. And all students are required to complete that. That is a graduation requirement as well. It's also a state of Illinois graduation requirement. And so beginning week of October 5th, we'll do FAFSA kickoff week, which will lead into a month of FAFSA appointments where you could schedule one-on-one appointments with me to get your FAFSA completed. So this is a really important document, and it's a family affair in order to get it completed. So we want to make sure that students and parents are working together to get this item completed. It will require your 2019 taxes, and if you hear my voice and you know that your tax returns for 2019 are incomplete, those will be a barrier to getting this form completed. So you want to make sure that that process is getting done ASAP. Got about 2 minutes left, so I want to make sure I'm covering, showing off some other pieces of this website. You can go to the Senior College Seminar page, and this is where there's information on the class, the college prep class that students have. So again, these upcoming deadlines, upcoming college visits, policies and procedures, but then most significantly, the course calendar. So you can see both synchronous and asynchronous lessons and what students are being expected to do while they're in class, so you can help them stay on top of their work. So it's an important place to look. There's a links and resources tab, and then there's a suites list tab here where students can look at their ACT score and their GPA, their SAT score once they have it, but at least their GPA for right now, and see which of these lists that they're on. And once they've identified their suite list, then there's a curated list of schools by area or by organizational level, and they can get a sense of what their academic match list is. So if I'm on the PI list, I can look at all the Illinois schools on the PI list, and those are my academic matches. So a great place here to look. And then I'm going to go to the parent section here, and on the parent section, you will always see the latest update. The latest update that I send at the end of each week. Again, that's why the registration form is important, to make sure we have your email. And then if you scroll down, you'll see some information around filling out your census, a very important opportunity to make sure that our community is represented for both financial resources as well as federal, local, and state government representation. And then, in speaking of representation, registering to vote, also very important. And so lots of different ways here to register to vote. Make sure that your voice is counted. I'll link here if you want to meet with me. Senior college calendar is here again, and CTK calendar. So again, everything here is in one place. Standardized testing dates and times for all levels of CTK students, and then links in resources at the bottom. So lots of information all in one place for you to look at and keep close, so that we are communicating effectively back and forth with all the information out there. If you ever have any questions, please feel free to email me or make an appointment with me through the website. I'm happy to chat anytime to make sure we're all on the same page. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Ms. Dowell, who will take it away with graduation requirements and student activities and senior expectations.
Greetings, this is Ms. Dowell, Assistant Principal for the Juniors and Seniors at Christ the King, and I'd like to go over the graduation requirements and senior activities with you. You have received an electronic copy of the senior contract which details all of the senior activity information and the graduation requirements. Please make sure that you take a look at that in your email. You guys have been emailed a virtual schedule for your students. So our schedule is broken up into two categories, asynchronous days and synchronous days. On asynchronous days, our students complete work independently through Google Classroom. So their work is posted at 8 a.m. and then they complete those assignments by 4 p.m. Students are to complete an attendance form between 8:30 and 9 a.m. And then teachers have office hours on these days between 2 p.m. and 3 p.m. so that the students can still engage with their teachers even though they don't see them that day. And then on the synchronous days, students are in classes from 8:50 to 1:50. Students join live Zoom classes at their scheduled time with their teachers. Attendance is taken in class as well as with the attendance form. So students will receive the attendance form to complete every day from 8:30 to 9 a.m. But then they are still expected and required to be in class, and attendance will be taken again there. In classes, they operate much like a typical classroom. Students engage with the teacher, they participate in discussions, they complete work. Students must be visible in the camera for their classes, and they must abide by the Dress Down Day or Spirit Day guidelines, which means they need to be dressed appropriately. They should have no hoods, no bonnets, no scarves, or any headgear on, and their attire should be professional and appropriate. Stay in the know. One of the best ways that you can monitor your students' progress is through Google Classroom. The students' assignments are posted to Google Classroom on synchronous days and asynchronous days. And so parents, you have been emailed an invitation. If you take a look in your email, you have 180 days to accept the invitation before it expires. Once you open up the email, you click accept, and then you'll receive a confirmation. Once you have joined that Google Classroom, you have then registered yourself for summaries. And so you can sign up to receive these summaries daily, or you can receive them weekly. And those summaries include information about missing work that your student has not submitted, any upcoming work that is due, and any class activities or announcements that the teacher has posted. One of the most important graduation requirements is for our students to pass their classes. So these are some important things to be aware of. We will continue with our traditional grading scale this year. So 50% is the floor for missing assignments. 60% is the floor for any incomplete assignments or any assignments that are submitted that do not demonstrate mastery. And then teachers have policies in place around late work. So whereas last year during remote learning, we were really flexible with deadlines and some teachers accepted deadlines through finals, that will not be the case this year. Teachers have clear late work policies outlined in their syllabi, so please make sure that you take a look at that, and they may not accept certain assignments late at all. We really want our students to focus on the learning, and so we want to make sure that they have multiple attempts to demonstrate that they have mastered material. Therefore, we allow students to reassess or to redo, to retake tests or to redo major assignments. So that is not for students to say, oh, I didn't do well in this test because I didn't study. I know I have another opportunity. It's really there for I tried my hardest, I studied, I didn't understand what was going on the test, so I didn't perform well. And now I'm going to try new study skills. I'm going to connect with my teacher. I'm going to do the different things to prepare. and learn the material so I can demonstrate mastery on my next attempt. Also, attendance is very important. Students are expected to attend school and be engaged in school on those synchronous days and on those asynchronous days. So again, the attendance form is going out daily, and then there's an additional layer of attendance in those synchronous classes, and then any absences should be reported to Ms. Rose in advance. So students must pass all of their classes during their first semester and their second semester. Pass is earning a grade at or above a 70%. At the end of the school year on Tuesday, June 1st at 5 p.m., that is the eligibility deadline. So students by this point need to have completed all of their graduation requirements. They need to have successfully passed all of their classes and recovered any missing credits that they may have. So that includes the Constitution test or any other classes that may not previously have been passed or taken. All those things need to be completed in order for the student to be eligible for graduation. Any student that does not meet the eligibility deadline will not be able to participate in the graduation ceremony, and we do not offer a graduation ceremony over the summer. Student status updates will be sent to you regularly, so you also received an email from me with your student's current status update. And so you'll receive an update from me once a quarter first semester. So you receive one from me at the end of the first quarter, which will be at the end of October, and you'll also receive another one from me at the end of the semester, so late December or early January. And then second semester, you will receive a report from me at each marking period, so that will be every 5 weeks. And these letters will make sure that you stay abreast of your students' current status related to their graduation requirements. If your student is enrolled in the AP exam, if they're enrolled in the AP course, they are required to take that associated exam. So when College Board notifies us of the format of the exam, we will be sure to keep you posted. The dates are on your screen, and on these days, the students will be excused from their other classes. Corporate work study is still a required portion of our curriculum, so though our students may not be at work right now, they are still learning and developing work skills. So they are receiving training with Skills for Chicagoland. They may be also working remotely. There are a few students who are working with partner corporations remotely. And then our students have the opportunity to earn an Excel certification. This is a really big deal, and so this is really going to help our students to stand out in the workforce once they're applying for jobs after graduation, and this is going to make them experts of Excel. So if you have any Excel questions, make sure you reach out to a senior. The last day for work for the seniors is going to be Tuesday, June 1st, and then all of their makeup days must be completed by June 3rd. So there's not much room there to make up any missed days. So we really encourage students to stay current with their work days or make sure that they are making up those days along the way. Our Christian Service Department has expanded the type of service opportunities our students can earn. So our students can now earn Christian service hours and social justice hours. The requirement for the senior year is now 15 hours, in addition to any outstanding hours that they have from previous years. Important deadlines are the first semester deadline, which is December 11th, and then the second semester deadline is May 7th. And so students can find out about what opportunities are available by visiting the Social Justice and Service website. We are no longer accepting paper forms for service hours. Students now log into the Transio system in order to input their service work. And then the system will also allow students to track their hours themselves. So right now you guys have your students' current status through the email that I sent with their Graduation status. If your student has negative hours, that means that they have hours to recover from previous years. But in the future, they will be able to log on to the system to see the hours that they have completed and the number of hours that they still need to complete. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to Ms. Rocks. You can easily schedule an appointment with her by clicking on the link and going to her Calendly page. The senior retreat is still a senior requirement, so more details on the date and location will be shared by the campus ministry department. And then next, I'd like to go over our class of 2021 senior activities. So again, the details about all of these activities are in the senior contract, which was emailed out to you. During orientation, students received a packet with information on how to order class rings. On Wednesday, September 23rd, our Harris Jones representative will be here in order to collect ring orders and deposits. The deposit is $60 for silver rings and $100 for gold rings or for the Gladiator package. And then you'll be on a payment plan and your balance will be due sometime in December. That information will be sent out to you guys soon. For senior photos, those are scheduled on October 5th or October 8th, depending on the student's last name. The photography company will follow all CDC guidelines to ensure that your students safely are able to take their cap and gown photos. And just make sure that your student looks nice, that they are dressed in business casual attire or dress attire. Here are a few guidelines to help you determine what is acceptable and what is unacceptable for senior photos. So ladies, since you will be wearing your cap and gown, please avoid up hairdos. And then also you want to avoid any turtlenecks or high neck shirts and dresses. And the young men, you are encouraged to wear a shirt with a collar so that it looks nice underneath your gown, and a tie would be a great addition as well. Earrings are not allowed for your senior photos. Please know that we are monitoring the CDC state and local guidelines related to the pandemic, and so the dates and activities shared are subject to change based on the guidelines at the time. The date for grad night has not been released by Six Flags yet, but in your packet I did include the typical date that the event happens on. College signing day is scheduled for Monday, May 17th. We will hold that virtually if we are unable to gather at that time. Senior prom is scheduled for Saturday, May 22nd. And senior luncheon is scheduled for May 27th. The baccalaureate mass is a graduation requirement as well. That is for seniors and their families. It is scheduled for Tuesday, June 1st, and the format and location will be shared with you by the campus ministry department. Lastly, the big event that we are all looking forward to is graduation. That is scheduled for June 4th at 2 p.m. at Christ the King. If we are still unable to gather at this time, then students will be scheduled in for a mini graduation ceremony. We will produce a virtual ceremony and host a car parade to celebrate our graduates. Make sure that you review the prom attire guidelines that are in your packet. All dresses need to be approved by Ms. Dow in advance, and so that also includes any guests that are coming to prom. And then for approval to happen, the photo of the dress must be emailed to Ms. Dow. And any guest that you're bringing to prom has to be under the age of 21 and have a valid state or school ID. Please make sure that the cleavage area and the stomach areas are covered. So in this popular style, it would not be acceptable because we can see through it. But the styles on the other side would be okay because there is thick material that is not transparent underneath the lace so that it is not see-through. Seniors can earn no more than 50 demerits, otherwise they will begin to lose senior activity privileges. but students will have the opportunity to earn merits. They can earn up to 20 merits, and information on how merits can be earned will be sent out soon. Lastly, please make sure that you purchase your 2019-2020 yearbook for $12 from Ms. Didi.